Hello and welcome to the Art of Intuition Intuitive Flower Readings. I'm Susan Jane and today we're going to do some more flower readings. I enjoyed it last week. It was really cool. So we're going to do a few more this week and see how we go. The first thing I want to look at is a general overall look for the week. And flowers are our goals in life. So they represent our goals. When we think about it, that's what a flower, the whole idea of the flower is, it's about, or the plant is to, the goal is to produce this bloom. So when we look at our flowers in that context, it sort of helps us get an understanding of how we can achieve our goals intuitively. So for the general reading, I've got my little randomized picker. Anyway, I'll pick a number. So it's number 2, the flower today. Now, if you want a flower image of reading, a free flower reading, just pick a number between 1 and 100 and I will bring that forward to you. But generally hi Sal. Oh, you're going for number 6. Cool. All right. But today we've got number 2 for the general overall reading. And I will bring up that picture. Oh, it goes straight in front of me. That's not very clever. Okay. Let's share this image, share the screen, and I'll show you what this week's is all about. There we go. So that's this week's. Maybe I can go down the corner there. So this week, the flower is obviously a rose. We had a rose last week, I think, too. So this is for our general understanding. When we look at this, the goal that we've got this week is still, again, in a bud form. It's not fully open. So it's only a step towards this goal. And the attraction towards it, when we look here, we look at the petals. The petals are attraction. When we look at this one, it's a little bit knocked around. So we're sort of feeling a little bit knocked around as far as attracting the right people or things that we need to achieve this week's goals. But don't fear, this is still the very, very early stages of this particular goal that you've got. And we look at this and we've got these beautiful, the calyx, which is the protection around your goal for the for this week, and you've got a lot of protection there. So you are going to achieve your goals. You will be able to do this, and you're being protected while you're doing it. So this week, achieving the goals, it's not going to seem as bright and shiny. The attraction is not going to seem as positive, a little bit knocked around, but the stem there, the ability to get there is strong, it's achievable, and also you are protected for your goals for this week. So that's the general going over this week. Just look after yourself, and it's not going to be all bright as shiny as what we expect, but we will get there. Now for you, Sal, number 6. I'll show you what number 6 is pretty. You'll like this one. Let me share this screen with you. This is your flower, Sal, for the week. How pretty is that? Now we look straight away and we go, well, the background's all blurred, so we don't have to worry about the background. What the reason why you're wanting to achieve this goal, it's not relevant. It's you're there. It's all about going forward, not about what's happened in the past, which is funny because your other one was a bit different to that, wasn't it? This goal, when we look at it, and the first thing I want to bring up with this one is the fact that it is in a landscape design. So it's landscape, not portrait. So when we look at landscape, we look at the motivation behind it, and the motivation behind it is very, very community minded. And normally it can be of a negative nature. Now, when we say a beautiful color, Sal, when we say of a negative nature and community minded, often it's because there's something happening in the community that you perceive as a negative, and so you want to help them, where it's not about something that's positive that's happened in the community and you want to help them because you don't sort of feel that that's the need. So when we look at the portrait, the landscape image, we go, okay, so it is community based. And it is of a negative nature. So there's something going on in your community, or there's something happening in your world that is you're not liking it. It's a little bit negative to you, and it's going to be the motivation behind you going forward. And we look at the beautiful daisy, and what I really like about the daisy is its simplicity. It is just so perfect in its simplicity. So that is really, really important to attract what you need. obviously we look at the color. The elongation of the actual petals themselves suggest it is a masculine attraction. So you need to be a little bit out there when you're saying, this is what I want. But it is feminine in its color. So, and we see that the deeper pink coming into the white when we get towards the heart center. So you lighten up as you understand what's as you're attracting what you need. You start to lighten up until it comes into that deep heart center, which has got a lot of mauve in it too. So that's your cell for your goal this week. Don't worry about the past. Focus on the future. There's something negative happening around you that you need to look at and address. And you can address that in a way of addressing that is in a masculine, feminine way, which is like masculine in your shape, in your action, and feminine in your emotions. So allow that to be both contexts that way. So that is yours. I have also got Brian's. Have a great day too, Sal. It's really wet up here again on Queensland. Like we've had some pretty heavy rain over the last couple of days again. So that's a little bit challenging. And I've just lost this. So I'm just about to do, I'll take yours off, Sal. Stop sharing screen. And I have just got one to do for Brian. So Brian's number is 65. Oh, you can see that. Sorry. Brian's number is 65. So you know I'm not cheating, if there's such a thing. Oh, 65. Brian, you've done really well. We seem to be I don't have a lot of roses in my images because I like to have, oh, hang on, I didn't bring it up. I like to have variety. But again, we've got another rose. Share that one. So Brian, yours is a rose. It's very, a lot smaller. What is that saying? Well, it's saying basically what we said earlier on as far as the general reading goes. And that is that you've got, it's still the same. The goal this week is still in its bud form. It's not fully open. So it's only a step you're going to achieve towards it. And the stem, again, is very, very strong. It's easy to get to. There's no, there's, when we look at the stem, we look at the journey and the path to get there. And what we're saying with this one is that you've got a strong path. You've got a strong journey to get there. The flower itself, it doesn't look, it will hold, the path and journey will hold the goal quite easily when we look at the stem in this flower. So there's no issues there as far as how that is coming forward and how you're going to achieve that. Now, if you do want a free flower reading, just pick a number between 1 and 100 and I'll pick the flower that comes through. But this one's for Brian, and this one's saying that you are protected. You've got a lot of the calyx around you, which is those areas there. It's saying you're protected and you're going to achieve that goal without any problems this week. But it is one step towards it. It's not the full goal. If you were hoping to win lotto, you are not going to win lotto as in the big one, but you may win a small one. So it's like a step going forward each time. So that's for you, Brian. Good luck with that. If you do want a flower free flower reading, just pick a number between 1 and 100. And I'll show you this page. I have got all these here with you. So these will be all my flowers, as you can see. There's over 100 of them there. Oh, there's 100 of them there, and there will be more. So you can, and it's not about picking the flower with this one. It's about intuitively picking a number. Okay, so let's hide that one, remove that one. And I've got one more for Glenda. So Glenda, I'll pop yours on. Okay, Glenda, yours is number 75. And that's this one. So here you go, Glenda. Oh, hang on, I've got to remove this one. And we want to share this one. So this is yours. It's a little bit clunky. I'm going to work out how to do this, but it's a gorgeous flower. Again, another rose. What's going on with these roses? So another flower here, but what we can see with your goal for this week, Glenda, is that you're going to achieve your goal this week. But as you achieve that goal, you've got this other little bud coming through. So it's suggesting that achieving that goal is going to lead on to another one this week. So you're going to have two coming through. Now, if you do want a flower reading, just pick a number between 1 and 100. This one is number 75, and I can do a flower reading. And it's about your goals in life. It's about this week's goal. So for Glenda, this week's goal is definitely going to come to fruition because she's got a full flower image there. But as that does, she's got this little bud coming through saying this flower image is coming through. After achieving that goal, another goal will come through quite easily. And when we're looking at flower readings, we can also see that on this image, her flower or her goal is towards the left, which suggests it's past, from the past. So she's actually achieving that goal. It's happening right now. And as it does happen, it is creating more coming through. So that is your goal, Glenda. And just a big shout out to Glenda too, because I'll be heading up to the Rainbow Beach this weekend. So hopefully we can catch up with you then. But if you do want a flower reading, it is just picking a number between 1 and 100, and I can do a quick flower reading for you. But I have to admit, I am getting a bit close to the end of time. So if you do want a flower reading, throw in a number as quick as you can, and I will do a quick one. And this is all about your goals in life. So this is the goal we want to achieve this week. If you've got something in your mind, say it's a financial goal. You want a financial goal. If you do a reading on these, you can start to get an understanding of how you can achieve your financial goal. And you do this intuitively. This is not done because you've got to intuitively pick a number. Oh, Sylvie's got number 7. Oh, okay. Is that your favorite number, Sylvie? Right, this one, I love this little flower. Have a look at this one, Sylvia. Okay, share screen. It is this one. I love this one. I took this photo because for me, and I'm still going to go with the same, this photo to me is such a smiley, bright, happy face. That's what I see. I see this, and I don't know why, but I see it as a gentleman. Because that to me is like the moustache, and I see this as a beautiful, bright, smiley face. So when we're looking at this and you're talking about a goal, so I don't know what sort of goal it is. If it was a relationship goal, I'd say, whoa, look out, you're going to be meeting somebody. Yes, it is a cheeky face. But if it was a financial goal, I would be saying it's really, really positive for you. You look at it, it's just a smiley, cheeky, lovely face. So for whatever goal it would be, it's a real positive outcome. And when we look at the background's all blurred. The background's irrelevant. It doesn't matter where you've been, what you've done, and what it's all about. It doesn't matter the reason behind this goal. What matters is that when you're going to achieve it and you're going to be absolutely delighted in it. And that's how I see it. I can almost see your smiley face going, whoa, we did it. We made it. So that's what I would suggest your goal would be this week. Now, if this was a longer term goal, you've got such a good, strong strength to achieve that goal. It's really good. There is a situation where you may go off track. You may just slightly have a decision to make and go slightly off track. And you have had a bigger decision here, like this goal almost looks like it stemmed from an original goal that stopped. And then you've had to actually take it forward again. You've actually almost sprouted a new idea, a new direction, a new goal from this last path or journey. So our stem's our path or our journey. So this path or journey you were heading stopped. It's just not happening there. And from that, you've struck another goal, another idea, another way of going forward. And the result is going to be really, really positive. So that's yours, Sylvia. That is, I love that flower. I took that flower. It's a really tiny, I think it's a little orchid, really tiny. But I just love the look on his face. It's so positive. So that's yours. So if you pick a number between 1 and 100, that's good, Sylvia. Pick a number between 1 and 100. I can do a quick flower reading for you, but I've got to go soon. So I'm starting to run out of time. How are you going anyway, Sylvia? I haven't seen you I've seen your post, but I haven't seen you for ages. I've got to remove your flower. And I'm going to pick a random flower. So I will pick it on this one for me. And I will see, because I like using my little randomized one. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to pick mine, and my number is 79. Let me see what I get for mine this week is, looks like work. Mine. Okay, I have to show you what mine is. Now, I haven't decided on what my goal is, but I am heading up to Rainbow Beach this weekend. So I have actually got to get everything all in line before I go up there for the weekend. So when I look at my goal, I haven't got one goal. I've got this one, which would be the main one, and then you've got another one in the background, and you had a little one that's going past. When we look at this one going past, we're saying, okay, it's going, if this is the past area, this is our future. This is our spiritual area at the top, and this is our physical area at the bottom. So when we're looking at goals, we can go, okay, this area here, this where this flower image is for this area is in the past, and it's of a physical nature. So that area, that goal is moving off the image. So I'd say that one's done. I've just about finished that goal, and that one's pretty good. There's also a bug in there, ant in there, but that's a different, I'll talk about that another time. So this is my main goal here. And as I achieve this main goal, it also says that you're bringing in another goal behind it. So automatically another goal behind it will start to evolve and be achieved. So we look at these flowers as what we're achieving in our life, our goals to achieve. So when I look at this one, for me, it's like, okay, so I've got one there, and it's really, really open. It means I'm going to achieve that goal. It's not a bud to say that I'm halfway through or it's a step. It's a fully open flower. And we look at that. Now, the funny thing was this one, it hasn't really got a strong heart center. When you looked at other flowers, they often will have a strong heart center. This one doesn't have a strong heart center, but it does have all the stamens and the sexual organs of the plant all coming out and being out there. So it's not so much of as a heart-centered job for me. It's more of a task, more of a work job that I have to do. So I need to do that and be in line with areas like that. We can also look at the light, the way the light hits the images, and of course the leaves. Now the leaves are really important because they are your guides, and with mine I've got more guides towards the top, which is suggesting I've got more of a spiritual guide to go forward. But that's about it for today for me. I am going to achieve my goal. In fact, one's going to be completely done, the other is coming through, as in nearly finished, and then the final one is it's just going to happen naturally behind the scenes. But that's me for today. So let me remove that. If you do want a free flower reading, I'm here every Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock on my personal profile or on the Intuitive Personal Development Facebook group. And I'm also on YouTube as well, live. And sometimes I get people coming in through there. So if you do want to, If you do want to stop screen sharing, get a personal flower reading about your goal in life, and we often have these goals that we just don't understand or we don't get to. We can't create smart goals with them because they're emotionally attached goals, and that's why we do the flower readings for it. It's about our emotional goals, not necessarily our physical goals. And unfortunately, with things like financial goals, they affect us emotionally as well, because if we aren't achieving what we want, it obviously affects us emotionally. So when we're doing flower readings, we're looking at our emotional goals. So we may have a physical goal we want to achieve, but in achieving that, you may not feel it is what you're looking for or what you want, because it hasn't got that emotional attachment to it. So flower readings are all about our emotional goals. and how we can achieve them. And there is like in one image, there's like 16 different elements that you can look at. What our motivation is, what our attraction is, what our heart's saying, what the path is, what the journey's like. So we have all these different elements that we can look at in flower readings. So we'll be doing this again next week. Pick a number between 1 and 100, and we can do a quick flower reading on that. Okay, guys, that's it from me. I need to go, and I will talk to you next week. Okay, bye for now.